and they're going to take you through time and space and dimensions to find a location in any time, space, and dimension, anywhere in the multiverse that is important for you to witness today that has implications in a positive manner for your healer's path. So just give yourself permission to go with them, and they're going to take you to a moment in your eternal consciousness, your eternal mind stream. And I just want you to let me know when you feel that you have arrived at this moment.
I feel flat, like I'm squeezed between two things.
You feel flat? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm traveling through
Mhm. That's fine.
compressed thing.
Mhm. Sometimes it feels a bit like being energy squished going into hyperdrive. If you imagine Star Wars or something like that. It's whoosh.
Yeah, sandwich.
Yeah,
I don't feel the motion of it. I just feel the compression of it.
just feel the compression. Okay.
I feel like I'm in a place that's very bright. Seem like Earth.
Okay, that's fine. And what do you know about this place? Can you describe it to me? Be my eyes and ears and spiritual senses, please.
There's a lot of it's very there's a lot of whiteness,
Mhm.
but the whiteness is like a substance and energy or something.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm near water, a massive waterfall, but it doesn't look like a waterfall on Earth.
Okay.
It
And
doesn't feel like there's any substance to anything.
okay. So just be like a curious kid and investigate, because all you're doing is remembering. So we're wanting to really step into this scene and this moment in time and see the smells, the sights, hear the sounds, and point out things like you're a tourist guide.
I don't feel like I have a body. I
Okay.
feel like I can form and reform myself. That's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can experience that now if you wish to. Could
yeah, it's a really nice feeling.
is it?
And it's almost like there's something creative happening, I think.
Okay.
I feel like this substance is material to work with.
Mhm.
It's really fun to be in and play in too. There's a very playful feeling to it. It's
Great.
not at all heavy. It's really
Great.
light.
Perfect.
Pearlescent, really.
Mhm.
Feels so cool. Getting just my whole body's tingling.
What do you know about yourself?
There. The word teacher came into my head. I feel
Mhm.
like I'm showing people something. I wish not people, but
Showing others.
demonstrating something. Yeah.
And so step deeper into the moment so you can see exactly what it is that you are showing or demonstrating.
Like I don't have arms exactly, but I'm making these arcs of energy, like
Mhm.
with like motions like
Mhm.
this. And
Mhm.
stuff is happening with the energy as I do that.
Wow, okay.
And I'm okay. As I go on, I'm getting chills down my spine as I talk about this. I'm like gathering it up. Oh,
Mhm.
it's so cool. It's, it's so fun to work with. And I'm just gathering this stuff and consolidating it.
Okay.
And it's like the best substance. You can play with it. You can stretch it out and you can do cool stuff with it. And we're having fun with it.
Good. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it lights as you move it. It's like lighting up like an opal. It's very opalescent. It's
Nice.
beautiful. It's really fun.
And ask yourself to be shown something that you create out of this substance.
Is it? Seeing a shape, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. Just let it form. Just be patient.
It's two things that are together with a slit between them, and the light is super intense between them. It's super bright. It's a way to squeeze everything, and then it's some kind of portal, I think, in between where all that light is.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
It's a rod. The word rod just popped into my head. It's a
Mm-hmm.
rod of energy. I want to say it's a healing rod, but I just read something about that, and I'm worried that I'm inventing this in my mind, but it feels like that. It feels like it's got all this power, big power,
So just
power source of sorts.
give yourself permission to even imagine. It doesn't matter. There's a
Yeah,
message
yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
Always an
Okay.
important message, and there's no coincidence. So please don't judge yourself. Just allow your mind to open up. Give yourself full
Yeah.
permission. So I want you to see if you can take yourself forward to a moment where you use it.
I brought it somewhere that's dark,
Okay.
and it's bringing it's it's just explodes back out, and it brings more of this light into some
Okay.
place that was dark.
Okay. Beautiful.
So cool.
And the place that you used it on where it was dark, is that because there was fear-based energy there or because there was no matter
Yeah,
there? Fear-based
it's
energy?
heavy. It's heavy. Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
heavy place.
Okay.
Cleaning it up.
Okay, clearing it up.
Move.
And can you take us into a moment in time so that we can understand fully how you are teaching people to use this healing rod? Not people, but beings, others.
Yeah, I think just demonstrating how to make the rods, how to pull that energy,
Okay.
consolidate it.
And is this energy that you're teaching about very specific knowledge for a specific group of people, or can everybody everywhere access this healing rod?
Not exactly the same way, but there are similar principles.
Mhm.
There's different kinds of energy. This kind is very specific to that place.
Okay,
And no place doesn't feel like the right word.
sure.
It's like a different form of light matter or something.
Okay,
We don't see that here. We don't have that here.
okay.
But it's a similar principle of collecting energy, bringing
Mhm.
light. It's all about light. It's really
Perfect.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this particular let's call it a location, what do you know about yourself? Are you a being that is, say, a young being, which I assume is not correct? I assume you're an older being because you're wise in teaching? Is that, if we try to use the human analogy of wisdom comes with age, are
Mm,
you a older, wiser being?
I think I'm somewhat older,
Okay,
but I feel a sense of having been around longer than the people I'm teaching.
okay.
I feel
And
this first thing that came to me, this person that came, sorry, that star
I go,
person, Lila, I feel like
yes.
she's from there. She's
Ah,
from there.
okay.
She's
Yeah,
made of that same stuff.
the Lola's made of stem stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can always talk over me because what you have to say is more important. So apart from teaching, what else is what you're meant to experience in this locational dimension? And how long did you stay here?
I think I came and went. There's a feeling of going and coming back and not staying there, but just going for a period of time.
Okay. So like a visiting scholar would to a university, they go, they teach, and then they go back to wherever they came from.
Be
Okay. And these students of yours who you're teaching to use this rod of energy, this rod of light, what will they then use it for?
take it back, and they do the same thing with it. They'll heal the dark spots,
Okay.
the heavy places. They do clean up too.
Okay. And are you like a traveling group of spirits or beings? So you go to different places on assignment to clean up energy?
Yeah, I think so. That
Okay,
just
cool.
really resonated hard when you said that.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
like a cleanup crew that just does the jobs, different places. And this is where this is the source of the stuff. You go back, that's why there's back and forth. You go back to get more, make more. And
And perchance, can people or beings in all locations, dimensions call upon you for help? So if somebody
anywhere light,
where
anywhere, yeah. Wow. Anywhere light can go.
okay, but specifically just say I was a being who has encountered a dark, energetic, heavy space. Is this am I able to call upon you to come help me or think and you will arrive? How does it work?
Well, I think so. Because it's very simple. I think it's very simple. It's just light. There's not a size limit, but they're different. This is only one form of this. Like it's not the only way this can happen.
Okay, tell
It's
us more
just one
about
way
that.
this can happen. And there's lots of different ways to bring light in, right? So this is just one quality of light, and this quality of light is needed in certain situations. I think it's for bigger. I do think it's for bigger areas. I think it's for dark areas that have been heavy for a long time. It's
So maybe would a human Earth analogy be like, for example, if a planet was taken over by darkness, then this light could be used to Bring in the light?
Yeah, but it would need the whole crew.
You need the whole
Just
crew. Okay, so
not
usually
just one. Yeah.
okay, so usually it's smaller areas. Like, so if I was to take another Earth analogy, so just pretend Australia suddenly was in very dark energy, like maybe in wartime or something, then this light could be used then as an analogy.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's different getting this sense that there's different like skill levels. So some people, say people for lack of a better word, can pull in stronger, heavy doses, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people can do a lighter job. So
Mm-hmm.
there are gradations.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it all does apply. But I don't think a one-to-one like a person. I think it's bigger than it's bigger stuff.
Okay. Right here.
I
All right.
sense.
What else do we need to know about your healing abilities in this incarnation?
I have a really strong sense that this came at a cost. I don't know what that's about. I just
Okay.
saw I know that.
A personal cost to you? An emotional
And
cost?
waiting to get more of that. There's a slashing. Some kind of slashing, cross diagonal slashing right to symbolize. I don't know what it means, honestly. Not an
Okay.
emotional cost.
Okay, not emotional cost. Okay. So if we could ask the either Lila or the 12 blue beings to come in and enlighten you about the cost, because I'm feeling that the cost is significant to understand in terms of your healer's path.
The divide. I think Lila's telling us this. I'm feeling her
Mm-hmm.
over here. Divide, the word divide. Coming up.
Okay, so we need to look further into the word divide to see what it means to you.
Cut myself off. Just keep saying this red slash right across the white shield that I'm seeing.
Okay, so you cut yourself off from what?
Self-imposed. Yeah, self-imposed. This is about this lifetime though. Yes, no, I'm just trying to ask because I don't understand.
Right, so what I want you to do is to give yourself permission. Know that there may be some fear in this, that you're worried about what you're going to see, but I want you to ask your higher self to give you permission, to give you the strength and the courage to see this moment in time, as it's important to understand your healer's path.
like I cut myself in half. I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I've divided myself and fallen apart, like fallen in two different
Okay.
directions.
Is this meant psychologically, like an inner child split itself into two inner children as a moment of trauma, or
I don't think so.
no?
This is like
Okay.
a soul on some deeper level somehow. It has
So,
to do with, yeah, soul, I think soul level.
okay. So there is the concept of the soul dividing into two, one being a feminine energy and one in a masculine energy. Do you mean that way?
I don't think it's feminine or masculine.
Okay.
Just there's this feeling that something happened that wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay.
And there was maybe a mistake. Yeah, I'm getting big chills as I say this, and I know that means it's true. That's my
Mhm.
validation generally. There was a mistake. And so I cut that, just sliced off something because I didn't, there's, I messed up. I big time messed
Mhm.
up. I don't
Okay,
know how, I don't know what.
so it's like you disowned half of yourself because of this mistake.
I think so. Yeah, that's the divide.
Okay.
There's a longing to, there's this deep longing to reconnect it, but there's shame with it. Yeah,
Okay, so
there's,
what we wanna do is we wanna bring in your inner wise self, who you may call your higher self, however you like to, and I want you to give yourself permission to understand what this mistake is and what the shame is so that we can reframe it. Because remember, that's just self blame and self judgment, and perhaps what happened was perfect.
seeing light and dark right next to each other.
Hmm.
I think it has to do with this light thing.
Hmm. So, what's the mistake?
Mistake is creating some darkness instead of light, and it's fixable. I don't understand why it's a big deal.
Okay.
I think it's embarrassment. There's embarrassment. It shouldn't have happened, but it's not a big deal.
Okay. So, can you just fix it?
Yeah. Okay.
Give yourself permission to fix it?
That's a great idea. It's not even a real it's not even a real issue because it's to explain. I'm saying this very symbolically.
That's all right. Explain this. Just say whatever comes to your mind.
Yeah. This light and dark, this darkness that was a result of this mistake. It's already been fixed.
Already
This is
been?
a self. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's already been fixed. It's not even real. That's why I said it's not real.
Okay.
It was not a big deal. There's so much, maybe there's pride or something,
Hmm.
pride in there.
All right. So, this is the moment where you get to invite the other half of yourself back in
Right.
because there's nothing to be afraid of or ashamed of, is there?
So,
So you might have to look for a thread to pull back in or some light to pull back in, whatever it is. I
yeah,
want you to find it and pull it back in.
yeah, yeah, I'm seeing the shadow. There's literally a shadow. The red line dissolves. The red line's dissolving. The shadow side is turning light. It's happening slowly though.
Okay, just, yeah, we got all the time.
It feels really nice. Everything's done. All right. That was cool. Feels so good.
Perfect. So are there any sense of any of those shame or embarrassment, any of those feelings still residing in you?
I sure hope not. I don't feel them now.
Okay, perfect. So now that it's all reintegrated, how do you feel? What did you reclaim?
It's just slinking, not slinking, but hunched down part of me that was hiding in a shadow,
Mhm.
just waiting to be reclaimed. Not
And
not drowning in shame, but just sitting there going, "Well, what the heck?"
mhm. And what emotion have you gained now as a result? What part of you feels whole again? What comes to your mind words-wise or feelings?
Wholeness,
Mm,
feel are solid,
mhm.
reconnected.
Perfect.
Yeah, whole is the bottom line, though.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant.